Andy Reed with the Reed team has joined me once again. And last time you were here, Andy, we kind of talked about the process if somebody's ready to buy and they found their property. Today, let's talk about if somebody's ready to sell. So they call the Reed team and they say, I'm thinking about listing my house. I think it's time for me to sell. What does that process look like?
So, it's a very interesting process. A lot of people, it's a, what's the word I want to use? Stressful time, because there's a lot of these questions about, people are coming into my house, how's that going to work? How, da, 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 da. Anyway, so how we usually try to explain the situation, or how we make it as comfortable as possible. Typically, the first thing we want to do is meet with them at the house.
Okay.
Take a look, have them show us around, show us what they love about the house, what intrigued them, what are some things that we want to accentuate when people are looking at the house and things like that. So we go through that, and then we'll go through all that, take our notes. We typically will go back to the office, meaning not the owners, and we'll go through and kind of do our homework as to comparable sales, what's your competition right now, things that may be under contract, to try to get a value on pricing.
Okay.
Then we'll revisit with the client and go through all of that and show the different comps and kind of where they fit in price-wise. Typically, we use to market people's houses. We believe in a pretty big approach to try to drive as many people to their house as possible. Okay. So when we do that, one of the things we want to do is, you always want to put your best foot forward. Of course. Right off the bat.
Yes.
So a lot of times we'll talk to them about staging the house, how they may want to do this or that, and then we get professional photography done. So we'll hire a professional to come in and really accentuate the positives of their home and things of that nature, so that once we make it live, once it goes into the computer on MLS and different things, it gets shot out to all kinds of places. And I tell people, we have a feature where if I have a prospect who's looking for a home in your neighborhood, we may have already set up a search for them so that when that house hits, it's going to let them know. They're going to get it.
Fantastic.
And I tell people lots of times people are at home, they're at night, and they're on the iPad at night, and they're like, hey, honey, look, this house just came on. And if you don't have really good pictures and things like that, they're just going to be like, oh, never mind. Right. But if they're really good and you've done a good job, it's important, because that puts it on their radar. Hey, we need to go take a look at this.
Right.
So that's a big deal for us, especially in this information age. I do think pictures are very, very, very important.
Well, it's the first impression, and it's about that fast that somebody says, yeah, I like it, or yeah, I don't.
They will either count you out or count you in right off that.
Exactly.
So pictures are important. One of the things we put together, because there's a whole lot of marketing that we do, and there's a whole lot of, it's not just, it's getting brochures at the house. Sure. It is, like we talked about, this staging, and it's talking about how getting feedback when people show your house. If somebody came to see your house, they want to know what they think.
Right.
So it's important. We find it very important to hear from us regularly, and we want to be able to let people know the feedback. And also, if we keep getting the same things back over and over again, maybe you make some adjustments to whether it's too dark, or maybe it's too much furniture, or busy, or maybe it's just great and people love it.
Yeah.
So we put this book together, The Art of Selling Real Estate, and it kind of goes through the whole process. So if anybody's interested and wants to kind of get more nuts and bolts of it, this is what we do.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But I know you do have a listing that you want to get to, so let's do that.
We just listed a place in Hilton Head Plantation. It's a 4-bedroom, 3.5-bath home. It's a really, really good-looking house. It's got a 2-car garage, but one of the cool things about this place is right nearby, there's like this pathway that takes you kind of through out to Dolphin Head, and that, so if you want to go, it's one of my favorite places on Hilton Head. So it's just a really good-looking house, as you can see from the pictures, and 41 Deerfield Road. So we think that will probably move pretty quick.
Excellent. Well, if you are thinking about listing, or you'd like to see that listing, give Andy a call.
Thanks.